Hi everyone, I'm back. um, it's been about 2 months, 3 months. I can't remember the last time that I did a recording. It's been a while, but I thought I would do a little update here. It's been a hot minute, obviously. Life got a little bit busy for me, and winter season is here, and weather's trash. It's cold, it's rainy, it's snowy, it's miserable. So I haven't had much of a drive to pretty much do anything. But for today, I thought I would pop in and do a little video upload and continue with where I left off. It had been so long that I actually misplaced a bunch of my bearings here. If any of you watched my video on my Super Stalker, the Mercedes-Benz 190E, I had ordered a bunch of these miniature bearings to replace the plastic bearings that came with the car originally. I had to dig through a bunch of boxes just to find these again. I doubt that I'll be using these today, except for these guys right here. This is all like 118, 120 scale stuff, but I think these bearings right here might also be bearings that are used in gearboxes on 110 scale or 112 on 112 scale cars. I don't even remember what size these are. But in any case, welcome back, I guess. I don't know if anybody even watches this. If not, that's okay. I do this all the time. I'm doing this for archival purposes and for myself. And with that said, this is the last video I made. I did an unboxing video on the Fighter Buggy RX from Tamiya, 1996, if I remember correctly. 110 scale, 58 184 or 7200. Manufactured in J.A. of Japan. And I'm pretty sure it was 96. And if I remember correctly, the body was actually stamped 92 or 94, 93, something like that. So I don't know how long they made a run of these, but the body was from 92, then who knows, maybe they didn't sell a lot of these. But let's go ahead and crack her open again. Again, I haven't done any work on this since I did the unboxing video. It just kind of went from one part of my apartment, got moved to another part, and then another part, and then a bunch of stuff got boxed up, and then I had to dig everything back out again. So, with that said, without further ado, I think I'm actually going to do this a little bit differently this time. So one thing that I mentioned in my first video is, my first video on this car, buggy, not car, is the reason why I wanted to build it is because I don't have to paint the body. So, thinking about that and thinking about actually making some progress and giving myself some incentive to actually work on this thing, I think for today, I'm going to start off with prepping the body. Oh, jeez, as everything falls down. So, let's take a look here. So here's the body. I need to check to see if these need to be trimmed off. I think they do need to be trimmed off because this is originally how it was, like so. I'm going to trim those off. There's a little rear wing. Don't know where this gets. Okay, I see. This probably gets bolted in under here. Probably. As I drop it all over the place. Which is okay. It's going to get dinged up anyways once I take it out. So, with that said, I just remembered that I forgot something. Yep, I forgot something. Be right back here. Wapow! I'm back. So, this is what I forgot. Nice little rag here. I like to wipe these down. I mean, if you wanted to be crazy about it. I mean, I'm not painting it, so I won't bother with soap, water, etc. But to make sure that the stickers adhere nicely, always good to Have a little micro cloth fiber here to give her a little wipe down. Ugh. She's got some age on her. So, with that said, I'm going to do something completely different, like I said before. So we're going to just jump all the way into the back here of the book and go straight into decals. Surprise. And I was right. That part needs to be painted too. I have paint, but I won't show that. So yeah, we're going to go straight into the decal section here on this side. And again, just to kind of get something out. And yeah, looks like the ends here need to be trimmed. This will probably end up being a shorter video, hopefully. If you've seen any of my other stuff, then you'd know my videos are usually about an hour long, but that's because I don't believe in editing. I'm just, you know, doing it on the fly kind of thing. So I like doing things on the fly. I'll go ahead and it's more fun like that. Actually, I use my new, got a nice new razor blade. Went out and bought some tools. I have a lot of tools. There's no time to actually use any of them. So, but yeah, we'll just go ahead and get into doing up the decals here. Again, as always, sorry for the lighting. It is what it is. And since this is not my main office, my work office, lighting here is just what it is. 4800K warm light. So here are the mini fighter. These are the decals right here. Beautiful colors too, actually. And you can see there's even the blue. There's a little bit of a pattern in the blue itself. You can see that there. Should be cool. So with that said, let's get to her. So, and are these pre-cut? No, they are not pre-cut. Oh, that's a bummer. Not a big deal. I think I got my cutting blade here somewhere. Where's my plate? Oh, whoops. Boy, I'm a man of forgetfulness today. Okay, so this idiot forgot his cutting plate. Be right back again. And I'm back again. Now we're all good to go. There's actually a new one that I purchased recently also that I've already burnt a hole in with my laser cutter that I used to do custom stuff. So, with that said, getting a nice little swig of Coca-Cola. Refreshing. And get right on into it. So, this we have 9, 14, 3, 2, 5, 7, 10, 13. So cut stickers along colored edge, peel off the end of the lining a little and put the sticker in position, then remove the lining slowly. These. I really don't like these. But it is what it is, so let's take a look here. So we have 9 and 14. I usually like to see exactly what it is I'm sticking on here. So the 9 and the 14. So, which means the 9 needs to come first, then comes the 14. And see, this is really where my light in my office comes in more handy. And I want to try something here real quick, actually. I'm going to do a little trim here. I want to see exactly how easy or how difficult this is going to be. Not the best tweezers either. I might have to do a little jump out. Yep, I'm going to have to do a jump out. Again, go figure. Boy, lots of jumps today. My bads. Be right back yet again. Alrighty, third time's a charm. So, I got my tools here. Little tweezers. With that, let's start cutting away here and see So the transparent film is removed. Peel off. See, I never liked these. I never liked these. Because they say to cut really close, and it's like, but if it's going to be peeled off of the color itself, I actually prefer to cut it a little bit larger and then kind of work it off. Yeah, see, no, never mind. Instructions are just trash. Anyways, go in here. One thing that I found that helps a lot with doing this is, well, obviously good quality knife. And then just kind of cruising along here. One nice thing is that since these are clear, a little bit more forgiving. Especially if you're, well, depending on the body color. Like I feel like with a white body, well, that wasn't too good, but whatever. If it's a white body, like this one, if you have any clear left over, it's not going to be super noticeable. If at all noticeable. She's already left in. That's okay though. That kind of begs the question, do you cut too close? Closer is better? Further away is better? I don't know. Exactly on the line would be best, obviously. But yeah, having a nice fine point. Razor. This isn't a razor. This is I don't know, hobby tool. X-Acto knife. Not really an X-Acto knife, but you can get these at the dollar store here in Japan. Maybe also even in America. They're $1. This one's hollow, nice and light. Comes with one blade, and then you get a cartridge refill, 20 blades or so, 50 blades or whatever for another dollar. Well, 110 yen, US dollars, about $1, 99 cents. But that's with taxes. I think Daiso, if you're in an area that has Daiso, like California, for example, Northern California, well, technically Central California, but NorCal, or if you're in the greater LA region, you will have a Daiso. For anybody who is not from those areas, or has not heard of Daiso, it's the Japanese equivalent of a dollar store. But everything is actually $1. Oh, there we go. This guy's nice and cleaned up. So yeah, the Daiso, they sell all kinds of, well, they sell all kinds of, being careful with my wording here, all kinds of good stuff and all kinds of terrible stuff too. There we go. So, and look at that, right on the line. Right on the line, just right. Got a little smidgen there of black. Not too bad though. But anyways, I digress. They sell some pretty cool stuff, to say the least. And some of it, again, is really good. Some of it's trash. So you got to kind of watch out what you buy there. I found that their super glue is awesome. And I've also found that knives, really good. Well, they're like what I'm using right now, this hobby knife. I'm gonna screw this up, aren't I? It's been a long time since I last done this, so let's go ahead. There we go, that's better. I'm gonna stick on the two corners here first. So yeah, their super glue is awesome. They also have this epoxy that they sell. It's only $1. It's a crime that it's only $1 actually, because it works really good. Yeah, this thing is going to be difficult today, isn't it? Yep. So yeah, they sell this epoxy that if I'm in, I'll just buy the epoxy just for the sake of having it, even though I don't need it. but it works really good. So, and cheap. You know, that's the part that kills me all the time. It's like, wow, how can this be so damn cheap? And then the other part of me is thinking, you don't want to know how it's so damn cheap. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Who knows? It's probably a little bit of both. But yeah, with that said, man, this thing is just battling me today. Alright, I'm going to take another approach here. I'm just going to do the one side first and work myself down here. As you can tell, I have not done this in a while. A little bit out of shape. I'm going to tack that side down there. Alrighty, there we go. That's better. So yeah, Daiso. It's a pretty awesome store. I actually used to work there too a long time ago. When the first stores opened in California, I worked there. It's one of the worst jobs that I've ever had. Personally, I have another friend of mine who's been working there now for 6, 7, 8 years. I think he recently quit, actually. And just, well, wanted to pursue better things in life. Which is good, obviously. You can make a career out of it, but I don't know. I guess it's a job. Can't complain. See, this thing is going to just battle me today. Alrighty, well, we're just going to try to flow with it here. Nope. She's not going to go. Nope. Ah, damn it. Okay, so, I'm going to be honest here. I've never had this much trouble with a gosh darn decal. What the hey, man? What's going on? It's okay, well, let's just go ahead and tack this side down here. I'll lift this side up over here. Oh! Aha! Okay. I figured out what I'm doing wrong. There's a ridge here. And that ridge is where the black is supposed to go in. That's why... I hate these kinds. That just... So one of the issues with these kind of... that style decal when it's on like a ridge or something like that is you'll get it in and I guarantee you it'll lift over time. Like, doesn't matter what you do, it's gonna lift. Like, it's just gonna. I know it's gonna. There we go. So, that was definitely not one of my best jobs. Now we'll just go ahead and squish her down here. If this holds, it'll be a friggin' miracle. I'm telling you, man. I've never had good luck with these. And of course, the one side is off because of whatever reason. Even though, there we go. How many hours does it take to put on a decal? Obviously, a lot. And see, it's still not centered. Cannot win. So, as a quick disclaimer, this is exactly why I do not post, and I said this in my other video, this is why I do not post me doing this stuff online, because if I cannot 100% concentrate, I'm going to screw it up like I already am. So we're just going to go from the bottom up this time because it's being a pansy, and of course the decal size is incorrect. There. sooner or later I'll get it on there. It's not perfect. I'm just gonna have to live with it. Cry over it later on when it's all said and done. So yeah, like I was saying, a buddy of mine worked there. I worked there. Wasn't the best of a job, but it was a job, so it was better than being unemployed at the time. But that was my first taste of Japanese business life. And it was kind of ridiculous. I mean, it was, well, it was something. It was something. There we go. It's not perfect, but I'm gonna live with it. So, yeah, I'll never forget. It was a long time ago, but I was working, and Daiso, like I said, it's a Japanese company, and they basically sell all these cool little goods for cheap. Some of it's really good quality too. And Japan, you know. And I'll never forget, I had a lady come in, and she bought something. It's all cool. And she came back 5 minutes later, ranting and raving, started yelling at me because what she had bought was in fact made in China. And I kind of stood there and went, I was at the register, and she was just yelling at me and this and complain. I can't even remember what she said. It was so ridiculous. And I mean, I'm just standing there taking it, like, okay, what do I do now? And the store manager was there, a Japanese guy, and he just kind of stood there and just waited. What are you going to do? Customer's always right? And, yeah, got a face full of yelling. She didn't even want a refund. She just gave us the item back. It was some kind of glass. I can't even remember. It was a glass tray of some sort. And, he yelled at me and then stormed out of the store. She made a big old commotion. The store was super busy too. It's crazy. And made this massive commotion. And, yeah. Needless to say, she never came back. And, that was that. Fun times. Again, what am I supposed to do? I just work there. Come on now, lady. What am I supposed to do? Crazy. Crazy. So, in any case, that lady was angry. It was brilliant. I was like, yeah, about that. Made in China. Well, a lot of things are made in China. That's just how it is. Because people are too cheap to pay for something that's made in a different country. In my opinion. Well, not just my opinion, but facts. This was like my old co-worker in the buckshop that I used to work at for many years. You can build you a custom exhaust system. You can have a quality exhaust system. It's going to cost you $500-600 on an old bug, old 1800 or 1835 Gene Burke Special, or like a 1940 14 2176. Hell, even on a 1776, $500-600 or so to build a nice quality exhaust system. But nobody wants to pay that kind of money. And instead they'll get the $113, what was that at the time, MP special, made in China. Not the worst thing on the planet, not the best either. And then these idiots turn around and complain, and oh, it's garbage. Well, why'd you sell me this junk? Well, paid $113 for it. Didn't want to spend $300-400, $500-600. You wanted to spend $113. So you just bought $113 worth of an exhaust system. If you don't like it, spend the $500 for a quality system. And of course, MP does make better. They had like their ceramic coated stuff and everything, and those are actually pretty decent. Those get up there in the price range, but yeah, it was always hilarious. People wanting a $500 exhaust system for like $150. Like, nope, that's not how it works, my friend. That is not how it works. As a side note, you can't see it here, but this is actually a clear, semi-clear piece, and there's actually a pattern on there. I don't know if you could see that lighter light. You see how that's a little bit, there we go, there's a line right there. There we go. You can see it right there. There's actually a pattern on here too. That's kind of cool. So yeah, these people, they complain about where stuff is made, and yet they're not willing to actually shell out the money to get something that's locally made. Quality made. Not saying China's not quality though. There's a lot of, well, that just plopped down really quickly, didn't it? That just went from 0 to 60 real quick, 0 to 100 real quick. Anyways, people are too cheap to spend the money on something that's higher quality. And I mean, I'm guilty of that too. Hell, I'm notoriously cheap. That's also because I have a lot of hobbies, but I also don't complain about it. Like, I know exactly what I'm getting myself into when I buy some cheap knockoff online or cheap whatever. I know what I'm getting into, so I've made my decisions. But yeah, to run around and complain about something, junk. How could you sell me this piece of crap exhaust system? Sell me something good. Well, tried selling you something good. You said you didn't want to spend the money. It's not my problem now, is it? That's a personal problem on the customer's behalf. Yeah, it's always brilliant. But now, with that said, though, China, they actually do have some really good stuff. So, I mean, not all of it's good, but some of it is good. And depending on where it came out of, I've gotten some pretty decent stuff, actually. See, now this one's too long. I love that. Come on now, just work with me. Work with me here for once. So remember quality that I was just talking about? Same decal, one's bigger than the other one. It's either that or this body is malformed. Oh, look at that, made in Japan, and it's not perfect. Surprise! Surprise! Even the Japanese make mistakes. Oh well, that'll work for me, so there we go. Oh god, this is already turning into a really long video. And here I thought this was going to be a quick 15-minute wham bam shebang. Nope. So, let's take a look here. So I need to make sure I do not do this wrong. 7, that's 7 right there. 5 is that right there. So, oh Jesus. See, and it's crazy because you have to do this you have to do it in a specific order, I think, because of how you have this piece here, you have this guy here, and you have that guy right there. Well, screw it. I'm gonna go in the order 257. Hell with it. See what happens. Yeah, who would have thunk? Decals. So difficult. So simple and yet so difficult. You're just cutting out stickers basically. Wow, that was not very good. But I'll live with it, so. Yeah, I don't know which I dislike the most though. Painting or decals. I think cutting decals, there's see, again, I need to concentrate. I can't do this while talking. Decals can be fun, but I think I prefer painting. Painting just once you get the technique down, it's so easy. I mean, painting is just it's fun. You know, just spending the time doing the prep work. Whoops, did I cut this? Yes, I did. Okay, never mind. Spending the time doing the prep work. I think the biggest thing that you need to do, or the most important step with painting any car, I did pretty good there. I had to went a little too far here and here. That's a couple of splotches here and there, not too bad. But yeah, doing the proper prep work. So washing the body properly, you know, and drying it out properly. And then when you shoot it, and when you paint the car, you make sure that you start off with the light dusting. I watched this video online, and it's kind of reminiscent of painting cars. But yeah, oh, god damn it. I'll start from the front instead. How's that sound? Assuming that this is even the correct length. It probably isn't, so we're gonna find out in just a moment. Just see how far off this is. But yeah, just start off with the light dusting first. Oh, okay, there we go. That's pretty fairly bang on. Is that too high? A little bit on the high side, but I'll take it. Yeah, just making sure that it's all cleaned up properly. Start off with the light misting first. Light coats, and then go to progressively heavier coats. But always start off with light coats. The dusting, you know. I'll give the paint something to stick to. Really important. Why is that so high? see, that's wrong. See, and let's see, do something perfect. And you can see this is too high, but everything else lines up. Come on, man. Why do you have to be this way? Why do you have to be this way? And so I'll go on the back instead. So in any case, I'm looking forward to the winter ending here soon. Because it's cold, it's miserable, and I'm not having it anymore. I want to be able to take my cars out for a spin here in the parking lot at least. Or somewhere for that matter. But yeah, with how the weather is right now, it's pretty miserable. Hokkaido, just like the last time. Deja vu. Hokkaido got slammed this year with tons of snow, record-breaking amounts. It's been 8 years, I think they said, since they've last had snow this bad. There you go. There's that one side done. And even where I live, I mean, we got snow, and everybody basically said, well, that's unusual. AKA, before I moved to where I'm at now, location not disclosed, but somewhere in Japan, they basically said, oh yeah, no, it doesn't snow here. Maybe one day. Doesn't stick. Wrong. We got a bunch of snow back in December. Like right after Christmas, I think the 27th or so. And it snowed all day. Didn't stick around for too long though. I mean, it was gone mostly by the next day, but it was really quite impressive. Kind of nice actually. You know, it's always fun to walk in the snow when you're warm. All right, let's do this long cut here. Oh, that was not perfect for sure. Or maybe it was perfect. That time I did good. No residue. Right on the edge. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. So yeah, hopefully it'll be warming up here pretty soon. We still have at least a couple more weeks of BS weather. Yeah, see, this one's too short. Man, what the hey, Tamiya? What the hey, Tamiya? And then it's too long here. Ah, you pansy. Oh, heck. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say pansy anymore. There's so many words that are now illegal. I'm not allowed to say that. It's offensive. Well, you know what? Your face is offensive and I'm not complaining. I just deal with it. Not liking this. Okay, so... Alright. This decal is actually longer than this one. Or, this side is longer than this side as far as the body is concerned. Ugh, come on, man. What the hey? That's just... arg. Okay, so I take it back. I think decals are more annoying than... than painting. I mean, jeez. There we go. Okay, let's see how this works out this time. You just gotta take your time and work it. That's a little bit on the high side, though. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. The hell with it. Oh no, but it's too long now here. Yeah, just little by little. Again, apologies for anyone who thinks this is boring. It probably is. I don't care. Don't care. There we go. Good God. Again, I normally would not even bother recording this, but again, it's been a while. And here, see, so here it's right butted up against it, right? No, barely even a lip. Like a hair-thick lip. And then you go back here, and it's a little bit on the short side. You can see that right there, right? Then you go to this side, it's got just about the same distance here in the back. And then the front is too frickin' short. I don't know, maybe I'm just being too critical. But the windows are the same way. The one side windows are small, and the other side they're too big. But maybe that's just me being, I don't know. Me being extra. Get some Coca-Cola in me. So, let's take a look here. So, I'm going to go with 5 now. It's going to be this guy right here. Yeah, these long cuts, I feel like I've done this a lot. But you just kind of go with it, and then just kind of pull. Keep steady. Steady as she goes. Like that song. There we go. I may have cut it a little bit close here and there. We'll find out in just a moment. By having a nice fine tip. Works wonders. It's really nice, actually. Yeah, with all the projects that I have going on right now, it's kind of nice taking a break and working on this instead. I'll sleep good tonight. And hey, finishing at least this body up would be nice, because again, I'll give me maybe some inspiration to finish building this this car. Because again, I still have a few more cars, buggies. I'll just say RCs. I have a few more RCs to build still. And surprise, I have a few more unboxing videos to make. There we go. That came out just right. Just right. Oh yeah, make sure that I do this the right way. So this is actually needs to be upside down this way. So, I really enjoy submarines. Let's start off with that. And in America, I have the Wolf. I can't remember. Seewolf. There we go. It's the Seawolf. Model RC car, U-boat, obviously. And it's built by Robbe. It's an old vintage kit, actually. And picked it up on Amazon for $1 million. No, it was actually pretty cheap. But it's in America, though. And recently had this... Oh, damn it. That did not go the way that I was hoping it would. Okay, so if you build this, you may want to start from the back here, because that's a really friggin' tight fit. That's really tight. Good God. So, anyways, I was out, making my way downtown. No, not really. I was at one of the recycle shops that I go to quite often. And, well, this specific location I don't go too often because they usually don't have anything extraordinarily amazing. However, to my surprise this time, I found some old submarine kits. And I mean, these are, they're not RC submarines. These are kind of like these Man, this is just gonna kill me. I'm gonna have an aneurysm here. What is going on? What is going on here? Yeah, anyways, they had some submarine kits. And again, they're models, but they're not just models to look at. These can actually move. So it has like you put in some batteries, do a shake and a dance, and kind of like those old planes from the 60s. You kind of just put batteries in it and you'd run it and it would stop when the batteries are empty, kind of deal. And yeah, they had a bunch of them, and they weren't terribly expensive. They weren't terribly cheap either. I don't know. They were decently priced. We'll just say that much. And so I just decided, why not? So I picked them all up real quick. So again, they weren't too expensive. So there we go. That works. Alrighty, I'm gonna just have to accept the fact that 90s Tamiya is not very accurate. I'm just gonna have to accept that fact. Ugh, can't even speak English today. So hopefully over the next few weeks, as I finish things up, as I work on things and get things rolled out of here. So you can see there's a gap here. I don't know. According to the pictures, there's not supposed to be a gap, but the way that these decals are, nothing seems to want to line up. There we go. 48 minutes in. Okay, we can do this. That's going to be a long upload. My bads. But yeah, these little submarines, I haven't actually even opened them up yet. I'm hoping that they're balsa wood though. Really crossed my fingers. Because that is something, balsa RC boats or submarines or anything like that. I think they're brilliant. I love it. I'm a huge fan of balsa myself, so there's just something nice, something very comforting. The feel of balsa feels more, I don't know, real, if that makes any sense. Granted, submarines are not made out of wood. They're made out of metal. But especially boats. I think balsa boats are amazing. Balsa planes also. Huge fan of balsa planes. Not very beginner friendly, obviously, but I don't know, building them though, that's kind of the like I've mentioned many times, in my other videos. For me, building it is the biggest enjoyment I get out of these. Of course, running them afterwards too, but it's something very calming and simple about building. That's probably tied into the fact that I was a mechanic for many years. There we go. Yeah, that was okay. I went a little bit wide this time. Oop. Balls. What happened here? Oh, there we go. There you go. I went a little bit. There's a little bit of a... I went a little wide. It is what it is. I'm not going to complain. So let's see if this side is any better than the other side. So yeah, hopefully in the next couple of weeks or so, maybe I'll get something uploaded. And these U-boats also, it's pretty cool actually, because yeah, they're ancient. These are also, you know, from this, I think maybe 70s, 80s or something like that. So it's got that real nice nostalgia to it. Like how they used to, I don't know. Just that old style. Yeah, see, this side fits a million times better than the other side. What the hey? That is bizarre. Oh, well. That is... Oh, man. This is going to give me grief, isn't it? Yep, it is. It's going to give me grief. I screwed up somewhere here, didn't I? I sure diddly did. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, let's try this guy here. Spoke too soon. Jumped to conclusions. There we go. But yeah, those old kits, man, they're pretty cool. It kind of gives you a look into the past as to how it used to be done. You know, not by today's standards. One-time use D-cell batteries. Woo! No wonder nobody was into this sport back in the 70s. The batteries were too damn expensive. So, check it out. You want quality? Well, Japan definitely did not have it on them during the 90s. So this is one side. You see this massive gap here, and yet it's right at the edge here. It's right at the edge. Then you go over here, and this guy's way up high, and same thing though, this guy's right by the edge. Maybe this could be a little bit lower, but it would not make up for the fact that this is so high up here, because even from the backside, I don't know. Anyways, the heck with it. Nobody's gonna know. So, alrighty, let's do 7 and 8. Let's go ahead and finish this up here real quick. I think I also mentioned in one of my other videos I was planning on going back to where I used to live, to the local RC guy, and maybe buy up his entire stock, or at least $1,000 worth of again. Well, because of good old-fashioned, because of the Rona, Omicron, whatever, that didn't happen. I decided to stay put this time. Spent New Year's with my significant other, which was pretty awesome actually. It was nice. It felt like a vacation. Just every day sleeping in, just relaxing. Unfortunate that I couldn't make it back, but we'll see what happens in the springtime. Come March, I'll have a have a very, very short vacation. Oh, there we go. That actually worked pretty good. A little bit of red right there, not too bad. Yeah, maybe America. That was pretty close there. There we go. That's better. Yeah, this whole, it's all fucking completely off. That figures. I don't know, maybe it's just supposed to just look like ass. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just gonna have to roll with it though. Which is bull, but whatever. What was I just saying? I totally lost my train of thought. Again, this is exactly why I would normally never, ever, ever stream this kind of stuff. Because for me, I need to have... Well, I need to concentrate. Well, you know, why not? I mean, at least I'm not painting. If I was, there's no way I'm going to record myself painting. That's just not even going to, nope. Not going to happen. Too much stuff going on. Lots of other people that have done that. Covered it online. Maybe not on these kind of old vintage, RC cars. Obviously. Maybe obviously, who knows? I know that there's some vintage guys out there too. Somewhere hiding. But no, that kind of stuff. Even this here, it's. I would prefer to just do it in silence with a little bit of music playing in the background. A little bit of Enya. No, not Enya. A little bit of Slayer. That's what we need. It's a little bit of Slayer. Or even better, a little bit of Iron Maiden. That's my personal preference. So, some Maiden. Alrighty, this is just gonna have to... Man, this is just not gonna comply, is it? Alrighty, it is what it is. I mashed it in place. Again, these kits, man, they're... Would much rather be painting right now, not gonna lie. But decals are fun, man, but man, they just... Ugh. The tolerances are just trash on these kits, man. But managed to get that star in place. If it looks crooked, that's because it is. Because there's no other way to get it straight. Because this is all curved. That looks pretty good, though. That works. I'll take it. Once I thrash on this thing a couple of times outside, rake her in, then the small air bubbles will be the least of my concerns. It's not as bad as, I think I've mentioned this car, my TT, what was it, 05E? One of the cars that I picked up dirt cheap. Like 30 bucks, something like that, 35 bucks. Somebody painted that with, what was it? PS style paint. There we go. PS style paint instead of PC paint. And it just completely chipped all hell back and beyond. It's hilarious. It actually looks kind of cool. It's just all over the place. I was running that car. It's the one that I built a monster pack for. 1 hour plus runtime on full throttle, no problem. And it's pretty macked up. And it's kind of cool though because it, kind of works in with the car. Looks like it's actually been driven. Maybe crashed a couple of times. So, alright, this time, because I was talking too much, I did not do a good job. Okay, never mind, I did pretty good. I just missed a little bit of the blue on this little section right here. That's not too bad. But yeah, I'm pretty sure whoever built that car probably got into it. Paint started shipping, and probably they just rage quit and sold the whole thing. I mean, it's doesn't look. I mean, it looks pretty terrible now. Obviously, now after I've driven it and kind of smacked it along the road and just gave her a warm supper. But man, this side's even worse. Ugh. Ugh. Hell with it. There's nothing I can do to fix that. But yeah, they probably just said screw it. And I mean, it could be fixed. You could technically just go in and strip all the paint off and respray it. But man, would that be a pain in the butt. I had kind of considered doing that, and then I said, you know what, that's not worth it. That's not worth my time. The amount of effort that you'd have to put into it just to fix it. Sorry, I keep on getting out of the screen here. I keep on, again, I have my way of doing things, and leaning forward at my desk is not one of them. It has a couple of air bubbles, but I'm not going to gripe about it too much, so. Side's even worse, though. Actually, maybe it came out a little bit better, so. Ugh, as I lift it right off again. It's right on the edge. What the hey? Hay's for horses. So, let's go ahead and get the last handful of stickers cut out here and glued on and call this a day. Again, this turned into a ridiculously long video again, which I had not planned on. Not gonna lie. I thought this was just gonna be a really quick and simple video. Apologies to those who thought this was gonna be really short and quick. But like I said, or like how I always say, I don't care. This is for me. Me only. And if somebody gets, well, maybe somebody has the same car, and when they're putting it together, they'll see this and go, oh, okay, that's just how it is. You know, I shouldn't be freaking out. Shouldn't be freaking out. That is just how these decals are on this car. They're not perfect. Maybe all cars are like that. I don't know. I've had some RC. I mean, I built my 21-23 window bus, and on that one the decals fit better than on this thing. Granted, that's a much newer RC car, but still, I mean, Tamiya, what's going on? What is happening here, my friend? There we go. These are pretty easy, so. Hell, even the Mercedes-Benz, the little, the 190E that I built, the decals fit better. So I don't know what's going on, but in any case, it is what it is. I got my Mini Fighter decals here. See, those came out pretty nice, actually. I got that right there and right there. Oh, actually, hell, my Tomahawk, my vintage Tomahawk that I built, has better decals than this thing does. That was from the 80s, though, mind you. So, I don't know. Maybe Tamiya was going through a slump in the 90s. Maybe somebody knows. Maybe Tamiya was falling on hard times, and their quality assurance, their QA just went to hell. There's a possibility, you never know, so never know. These will be easy, so there we go. I got my 2WD here. And then we'll have it more towards the back. So yeah, maybe Tamiya's quality assurance just went down in the 90s compared to what it was in the 80s. It's always a chance. That happens to places. Hell, that happened to Robbe, one of my favorite RC car companies that no longer exists. They defunct, filed for bankruptcy back in 2017. My family worked there back in the days, back when they first opened up. My grandfather worked there after the war. And yeah, they started off with all balsa stuff and then expanded. But the balsa stuff that they made, it was quality. It was all built in-house. And, well, yeah, it's countryside in Germany. We didn't really have anything to do with the war. We had no money. So, we were just poor farmers. We had no clue what the hell was going on in the outside world. But, itchy. But, yeah. They kind of screwed up. They did really good in the 60s, 70s, and then in the 80s it was the peak. They had all kinds of cool stuff. And then they just started outsourcing everything. They started outsourcing, interestingly enough, to Japan. A lot of the stuff that they did was actually Kyosho. And maybe Tamiya, I think mainly Kyosho actually. And then, as time progressed, less and less of it was being made in-house, more and more of it was being imported overseas. And I think the nail in the coffin was after the management changed, ownership changed. I think they filed for bankruptcy one time, and then they revived it. I can't remember the details anymore. I'd have to ask my family members who worked there up until the end. And, yeah, they folded. And it was a shame because they had such a great legacy. I mean, they had the racetrack in the back of the facilities. They had all kinds of cool stuff. And it all went downhill. They just wanted to make more money. Skimped on stuff, make more money, more money. You know, ignored the quality assurance. I mean, they still had quality assurance, but the money was more important to them than actually releasing quality products. And as a result of that, well, the place folded, so no more. Shame. But yeah, I have a bunch of RC cars from them. That stuff's also worth a fortune now for collectors. Luckily, in my case... Oh, that's so crooked. Oh, that's so crooked. That is so crooked. That is so crooked. Look at that. What the heck am I doing? Holy moly. That... Nope. 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 Not having it. I'm not having it. Anyways. As I was just saying. That's better. Yeah, for collectors now, that stuff's worth, a fortune. But for me, none of it's for sale. There we go, that's better. Like the old Lamborghini Countach, or however you pronounce it. Worth a fortune now, unopened in box, but mine's not in box, and it definitely ain't mint anymore. So, with that said, I'm going to call it a day here. This ended up being a lot longer than expected, but At least I got something done. I might actually use some more of these little cutouts here and just plaster them all over the place. We'll see. Maybe put them on the back wing here because this is kind of barren. But yeah, there we go. Hope somebody could find this interesting, fun, boring. For me, archival purposes. Broken record. I gotta make sure. Okay, so I gotta make sure there are some of these stickers, like number 12, that's for the helmet. I need to make sure not to use stickers that are meant for some other parts of this cell. But in any case, this is what the body now looks like. This is gonna be its final form, basically. Two-wheel drive, fighter buggy. As you can see, I've not done this in a while, so my English is a little bit rusty. There you have it. Alrighty, so with that said, I'm going to maybe go over the book here real quick and think about what my next plan of attack is. And with that said, y'all have a great one. Peace out.